Hi. So, nice to be here. Many familiar faces. Hi, Ida. Endurance is our topic, and the headline is how to make endurance your machine to success. What does it mean? You will find out. Because I just don't want to make a lecture now, but I want to give you something at hand, right, for your everyday life. That's my goal for today. So first, what is endurance? I checked Wikipedia and they say ability to exert oneself and remain active for a long period of time. Clear. And of course it comes from the sports world, as you might guess. But of course it got into business and life apart from sports. So second thing, ability to resist and be immune to trauma or fatigue. So, you know, something bad happens, but you keep on going, right? Familiar terms are resilience, persistence, stamina. You know, you might know these terms. And what is very interesting, I'm gonna read it because it's very bright. To have self-control is to resist the temptation of things that seem immediately appealing, while to endure is to resist the discouragement of things that seem immediately uncomfortable. It's a quote of whom? Any suggestions? Because immediately appealing, right? It's this world today with the smartphones and all that. The quote is from Aristotle, right? The Greek philosopher. So I first talk about swimming, and then I talk about business life. And why do I do it? Because I see an analogy between swimming, endurance in swimming as a sport, and then endurance in your creative or business life. So I'm not a professional swimmer. Ida is even more professional than me. But I was very much into swimming. So I tried to get every nuance of it, and it was really my daily routine. For others, it might be jogging or something, you know, going for walks. So, first thing you have to overcome is the cold part. If you jump into the pool, because of course if you have you don't wear clothes, it's all cold, and even the water is cold if you submerge. So cold starts hurt. It's not comfortable, right? But after that, you begin swimming and you adapt to the water, and suddenly it's not cold anymore, but it suits you because you move, and moving is warmth. It gets you comfortable, and then the best thing what can happen is a state of flow, right? So you swim, and then you forget where you are. You forget that you're doing sports, that it's and you get into a different state of mind. You think about something else than doing the strokes, right? And in this state, you can think about, if you like, about optimization. So here you see the hand. The hand is so it looks strange. You don't know what. Maybe I explain. The hand, how the hand gets into the water is very important. So it's the angle is crucial. How it gets into the water. So it's a very small improvement of every stroke, which gets you ahead. You know. So repetition of movements improved through micro optimization. You know how you move your legs, how your stability is in the water. It's like thousands of little cogs, and the better you align them, the faster you are. 1 second more, 2 seconds more. So every stroke, if you optimize it, gets you ahead, right? That's endurance. It's not the goal in the end, it's every little step here, every stroke, right? So now let's get into the business world. It's very similar, you know. Every day you will wake up, the same laptop, you know, the same surrounding. It hurts, yeah. No day seems to make a difference. It's like again this you know, Monday, but you know, after adjusting, get your coffee or get your routine, you know, then you get into the right mindset. The flow begins, right? So for most of us it's coffee, I guess. For others it's you know, you go onto your bike, you ride to your office. Maybe that's the thing you need. Yeah, every person needs something, and then if you get into the flow and you find the shortcuts, this is the most interesting thing in my life, in my business life. Everyone knows Control. Apple C or Apple V, the shortcut, right? Copy paste. That's maybe the most common shortcut I know. But there are different shortcuts. Some creatives work with Adobe. There are tons of shortcuts. What is a shortcut worth? You know, you find the shortcuts and suddenly don't have to go all the way with the mouse to the left corner of your screen, click there and go back. No. You do the shortcut and then, you know, the little micro improvements. That's what makes the difference, right? And then you repeat it all over again, and then your work gets so much more valuable. And again, here, every stroke gets you ahead. Every stroke which is perfect, which is optimized, makes your day, right? And then again, endurance, because it's not. The goal is not today, the goal is not tomorrow. The goal is in 1 year, in 2 years, depending on your career you choose. This is a little bit, this is from my heart, which, you know, maybe you know this graphic. For me it was an enlightenment a little bit. I'm a creative, maybe you are, or some of you are too. Creatives tend to do a lot of things at once. They think they can do Adobe, but they can also write text. They can do websites, and they can do print, and they can do all of that stuff. But you only have that much time, right? You don't. If you use your time for every direction you go, you don't go anywhere. You know, it takes you so much longer to go all the way to your perfection. As here in this example, you choose one direction and you go. You go the focused endurance way. You go and you achieve your goals, your fulfillment faster than if you just, you know, get distracted and you do everything at once. So
maybe it's okay if we take a picture of the
please take a picture. I did it myself because I also know how to do arrows, you know, I do everything. Yeah, I love this because it's so simple, right? And it's illogical, but you don't realize that it's really that way. And so many years I've done everything, and it amounted to nothing, right? Amounted to nothing. I'm still there. I'm somewhere here now, and also here, right? Doesn't make sense. So now, what can endurance do for you? Okay, that's the question I want to ask you. But I have 3 things for you as a inspiration. So endurance fuels resilience. Sorry. If you go the endurance way, it somehow in the beginning maybe it's hard. You don't want to do it, but you repeat, and then you can remember the beginning against trauma. And endurance is the opposite of trauma, so it makes you resilient, right? If you go the endurance way, resilience grows. You are more immune to impacts which are negative to you. You just keep on going. Also, endurance, if you go the endurance way, you can establish a discipline. If it's just the coffee, it's okay, in the morning it's a beginning, but you can develop other ways how to fuel your battery-like power to go every day. Do the same stuff. Do it optimized, in an optimized way, as I told you before. That's discipline. In the end, it's gonna get you somewhere. And in the end, of course, what all of us are searching for is the growth. It's the growth. So if you go the endurance way, it's the way to more sustainable growth, I would say. So now what do I do? Okay, because that was the theoretical part, and now I'm gonna tell you something about my life. I don't have any slides for you, but I'm just gonna tell you how it was in my life a little bit. Tell me if it's too long, because I didn't rehearse. So I started my startup maybe now 5 years ago. It was a startup for a desktop lighting, very sophisticated one. We needed to develop it over years, and the problem was I was just out of a job, so I finished the job, and I said, "Wow, that's great! I found this startup, right? I have a little capacity. I have many skills." But maybe I didn't have not so much money to put aside to follow this dream. So after 1 year of developing this lamp, I just needed money, right? And try to get a flat in Munich with no contract, no working contract. So I got back to my parents on the countryside because I just didn't have any money. But still, it was not it, right? It went on. The development of the lamp was finished almost, but then where were the sales? Where were the people? Where were the clients to buy the lamp? So no income, no revenue. So it kept on dragging, I tried then again to move to WG in Munich, because it was just tiring to get every day from my parents' house to Munich by Mitfahrgelegenheit, by occasionally people who drive there, because I couldn't afford a car, right? So I had to go back to Munich, to a WG, to some strange woman, and she, yeah, really, she was laying out blankets everywhere for no reason. I don't know. I couldn't stay there. I moved out after 1 month, but I was always here and there looking for just a place to stay. And of course, the startup kept on dragging. I mean, I needed to go on, right? What was the choice? I could just stop. But that's not the endurance way, right? We are all on the path to endurance, to make ourselves bigger, because I just wanted to do it. I wanted to prove myself, right? Now it's 5 years later, and I want to tell you the real story, which is after an investor came and invested in the company, which is a big success, I was kicked out. And then the only thing I could do is go on, go on. I founded the second startup with, again, few money, or almost no money. Maybe you say I'm just crazy, and maybe maybe I am. But it takes maybe a few things to do this. It's one, being a little bit crazy, but also endure. Endure the hardship, endure few money, endure VGs with crazy women. But I'm not ashamed of it. It's a nice life experience, and in the end I get to talk about endurance with you, and that's maybe the greatest gift. So thank you for your attention.